This is a short video explaining how to work out the answers for the workbook lesson, the workbook task for lesson 204. So I've had a number of questions about this one. People still getting confused with actually what we're being asked to do. So the Z values, the critical thing, are just numbers in a table. Which table? So if you go to your OneNote, you've got your lesson. I've got the Z score table there. You click on that, which is currently open, and you go there, and you should end up with a table like this. All right, so you've got to use this table using the Z score, work out the probability. So the Z score is just a number that's a proportion of the standard deviation. At the moment, you don't need to worry about that too much. You just need to be able to find it. So if it's a Z score of 0.01, we go to the first decimal place, which in this case, the first decimal place is equal to a 0 or 0.0. So we go to this line, and then because it's a 1, the probability is that one there. So if we take a look at our question again, it's asking us what is the probability, which is what this means. That just means probability of x. What is the probability when the Z score is 1.3? So going back to our table, what we have to do is go down to 1.3. Now 1.3 is fine. Then we have to think, what is the second decimal? First decimal in this column, second decimal up the top there. At the moment, it's 1.3 is actually 0, 0. So we have to use this column, which gives us 0.4032. So we go back to our answer, and all we have to do is that probability is 0.4032. That's it. So what we've found is when we have a value that is 1.3 times the standard deviation, the probability on the normal distribution curve is 0.4032. Okay, so let's have a look at the second example. So we've got Z is equal to 196, not 196, 1.96. So go back to your table. So first thing we need to do is use the column, go down the column. Okay, we're trying to find 1.96. So first decimal place, second decimal place is a 6. So we follow down the column, we get to 1.9. That tells us the row that we need to go along, and because it's at 6, we have to go across all the way until we get to here. So therefore, the answer for that must be 0.4750. We go back to our answer, 4750. Okay, so the fifth question is a little bit more tricky because it's actually asked us for 3 decimal places. So it's 3.258. So if we look at our chart again, we have to go to the first decimal place, second decimal place, third decimal place. So the first one, decimal place, is 3.2. So that there is where we're starting for our column. For our row. The second one is 5. So we can count it out. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which would be the final answer if we were looking for 3.25. Unfortunately, we're not. We're looking for 3.258. So what we have to do is go up the top here, find the column that's 8, and that's the middle of the third one. which is here. And normally if it was one of these other numbers, we would have to add it on. But because it's 0, it's exactly the same. In real terms, 3.25 is the same as 3.258. So then we can put that answer there, which is 0.4994. So hopefully that sums up a little bit better what you need to do for that question. Feel free to, well, you need to go through and try and do the rest. Check your answers. Again, it's a little bit of practice. It's something that's going to be repeated in the next few lessons, so you need to make sure you've got this now.